Tonight's story is here to bring you warmth and a peaceful night. Dahlia and the Friendly Ghost. Forging bonds. This story is about Dahlia and Bluebonnet, who forge an extraordinary friendship that transcends the barrier between life and the ethereal realm. Once upon a time, in a quaint little village nestled at the foot of sweeping hills, there lived a young girl named Dahlia who had an insatiable curiosity. Every evening, just as the sky blushed with hues of pink and orange, Dahlia would wander the village with her head full of questions and dreams. Her favorite spot was the ancient, abandoned mansion at the village outskirts, rumored to be haunted. One brisk autumn night, as Dahlia tiptoed through the mansion's dusty halls, she heard a soft whisper echoing against the cold stone walls. It was Bluebonnet, a friendly ghost, who had been alone for far too long. With a gentle glow and a mischievous smile, Bluebonnet greeted Dahlia. His form was like gauzy moonlight, shimmering in the darkness, yet exuding a warmth that Dahlia found comforting. Intrigued rather than frightened, Dahlia sat with Bluebonnet, listening to his tales of times long past when the mansion was alive with laughter. As nights turned into weeks, Dahlia found herself spending countless evenings at the mansion, learning about friendship beyond the living world. Bluebonnet showed her how to see the beauty in simple things, like the way moonlight draped over creaky floorboards. Casting intricate silhouettes together, they could turn eerie silence into symphonies, with stories and laughter. Bluebonnet taught Dahlia that friendship is a bond that transcends time and space and is felt deepest within the heart. Each story they shared brought them closer, weaving an indivisible thread that melded their spirits. Dahlia discovered that Bluebonnet had once been a kind-hearted musician, and as a gift of their newfound bond, Bluebonnet strummed an ethereal melody with spectral fingers. The tune danced in the air like fireflies, illuminating Dahlia's world in ways she had never imagined. One night, Bluebonnet confided his yearning to experience the world beyond the mansion through Dahlia's eyes. Together, they planned nighttime escapades, visiting moonlit meadows and shimmering streams, with Dahlia narrating vibrant stories of life, nature, and human joys. As her bond with Bluebonnet deepened, Dahlia learned that everyone, alive or spectral, shares the need for companionship and understanding. Their companionship taught her to see the world not as it is, but as it could be, full of wonder and possibilities. As seasons passed, and the icy breath of winter began to thaw, Dahlia discovered the gift of friendship was the courage to share dreams and fears. On the last winter night, Dahlia promised Bluebonnet she would visit him in the mansion, even as the world demanded her time elsewhere. That promise, born out of their shared adventures, filled Bluebonnet with joy, knowing Dahlia's warmth would never truly leave his halls. A bond they forged proved that friendship wasn't limited to earthly bounds, but could flourish in the heart where memories and laughter never fade. And so, Dahlia taught Bluebonnet about the beauty of shared lives, and in return, Bluebonnet showed Dahlia that true friendship is a timeless melody echoing in the soul. Let's explore the next peaceful journey. Lobelia and Yuri, the echoes of shells. This story is about Lobelia and Yuri, who forge a magical friendship for adventures with shells and learn to appreciate ephemeral beauty. Once upon a time, in a quaint village by the sea, lived a kind-hearted woman named Lobelia. Her days were filled with caring for her garden, where blooms of every kind danced with the sea breeze. Each day, Lobelia would wander along the sandy shores, collecting shells that whispered of the ocean's deep secrets. And one serene evening, as the sun melted into the horizon, Lobelia discovered a particularly beautiful shell, unlike any she had ever seen. Its surface was stained with swirling hues of blue and green, glimmering under the fading light. As she held it close, the gentle voice emerged like a breeze carrying the laughter of distant lands. The voice belonged to Yuri, an air elemental bound within the shell. Yuri, playful and curious, revealed he was drawn to the shell when a great storm had scattered them across the ocean. Partly of the wind itself, Yuri was lighthearted and merry, always eager to explore new places. Lullabies, enchanted by Yuri's presence, promised to help return him to the skies where he felt most free. Over the days that followed, Lullabies and Yuri embarked on countless adventures. On misty mornings, they rode the wind to greet the rising sun over the cliff tops. They shared whispers with seagulls, who flew their secrets across the waves. Lullabies learned of Yuri's world, a realm where colors danced like auroras and sounds were as sweet as music. Yuri, in return, became intrigued by the tangible world of humans, where emotions painted each day intimately. As time passed, Lullabies' bond with Yuri grew deeper, nourished by laughter and shared dreams. Together, they crossed up art, using the shells Lullabies collected, each piece imprinted with Yuri's ethereal touch. But Yuri's heart longed to soar among the clouds once more. On a night when stars glowed like lanterns, Yuri knew it was time. Lullabies, understanding his heart's desire, gently released Yuri back to the wild winds that called him home. The shell, once vibrant with his spirit, now softly whispered tales of friendship and adventure. Their farewell was not sad. Instead, it was filled with gratitude for the journey shared. Lullabies placed the shell upon her windowsill, letting its echoes remind her of the joy found in fleeting moments. As the seasons change, Lullabies often imagined Yuri dancing with storms, bringing laughter to the winds. And even when the nights grew cold, she felt the warmth of their treasured memories. Thus, Lullabies lived in harmony with nature, her spirit forever part of the world Yuri had shown her. Let's turn to another heartwarming story. Buttercup and Bluebell, the Night of All. This story is about Buttercup and her kitten Bluebell, who embark on an extraordinary night journey filled with awe and discoveries under the moonlit sky. Buttercup and Curious, kitten named Bluebell, lived in a quaint little village nestled amidst rolling hills and lavender fields. As twilight painted the sky in shades of amber and deep blue, Buttercup prepared for her nightly excursion to explore the wonders of nature, always alongside her beloved cat, Bluebell. One particular evening, the air was crisp and brimming with the enchanting fragrance of blooming jasmine, inviting Buttercup to venture further than ever before. Bluebell, with her fluffy coat glistening under the moonlight, led the way with curious paws. Together, they meandered through the woods, their footsteps cloaked by the symphony of nocturnal creatures singing a harmonious lullaby. Beneath the canopy of twinkling stars, Buttercup wafted into a realm of awe, where the world seemed both vast and intimate. Bluebell purred softly as they came upon a shimmering brook, its waters dancing with reflections of celestial bodies. The gentle breeze carried whispers of age-old tales told by the rustling leaves, wrapping them in a gentle embrace of wonder. Buttercup crouched beside the brook, gazing at the iridescent surface that mirrored endless universes above. As she dipped her fingers into the cool water, a myriad of fireflies began to swirl around them, their luminescent glow illuminating the path to a magic that felt tangible yet elusive. Bluebell leapt gracefully, chasing the flickering lights as if playing a delicate game of chase with the stars. Amidst the splendor, a lone owl hooted, its voice resonating with the profound mysteries of the night. Buttercup felt her soul connect with the ancient rhythms of nature, soaking in the serenity that the owl's song offered. The world seemed alive and pulsating with an awe that transcended the boundaries of the ordinary. Finally, as the night began to whisper its farewell, Buttercup sat in tranquil silence with Bluebell nestled on her lap. The moon hovered gracefully above, casting a silver glow that gently enveloped their surroundings in a mystical sheen. Buttercup knew this night would be cherished forever, a memory of a wonder-filled journey shared with her loyal feline companion. As they tread softly back to their cottage, Buttercup retreated from the realm of awe, promising the trees and stars that she would return. With Bluebell by her side, she realized that each evening held the potential for magic and discovery, a quiet testament to the mesmerizing beauty surrounding them both. Let's wander into the next comforting tale. Yuri and Achilea, Whispers on the Hills. This story is about Yuri's friendship with Achilea, the ancient spirit, and their enchanting adventures on the hills. In a faraway land, surrounded by gentle hills, there lived a young girl named Yuri. Yuri had a soul as curious as the wildflowers that bloomed on those verdant hillsides. Her days were filled with adventures, but none excited her more than her secret visits to the magical hill where she would meet Achilea, the ancient spirit of the hills. Achilea resembled the hills themselves. Her form was fluid and green, like the grasses that waved with the wind. She was ageless, with eyes deep as the earth and a voice that carried the wisdom of centuries. Yuri stumbled upon Achilea by sheer accident during one of her explorations. At first, Achilea appeared as nothing more than a streak of light among the willow trees, but gradually, she revealed herself to the curious Yuri. Yuri felt an immediate kinship with Achilea, sensing in her a gentle guardian of the lands. Their friendship blossomed over many evenings, each one spent in the padded silence of twilight, where Achilea told stories of the hills. These tales were unlike any Yuri had heard. They spoke of the hills' creation, of ancient stars that fell from the sky, and roofs that whispered life to the winds. Yuri listened with wonder, her heart full of dreams. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting everything in hues of gold and purple, Achilea shared the most enchanting tale of Olca's story of a hidden flower that bloomed only under the moonlight. Yuri's eyes sparkled with curiosity, and Achilea promised to show her the flower on the next full moon night. When that night arrived, the hills were bathed in the silver luminescence of the moon, every piece of grass shimmering like glass. Achilea guided Yuri with softly spoken directions, her voice merging with the serene rustle of the leaves. Together, in the heart of the hills, they found the flower. Its petals glowed with an otherworldly light that seemed to pulse like a heartbeat. Yuri, enchanted and moved, knew she witnessed something extraordinary, a moment shared with her timeless friend Achilea that she would treasure forever. Under the celestial canopy, Yuri made a vow to protect the magic of the hills, inspired by Achillea's guardianship and the flower's secret beauty. As Yuri drifted asleep that night, she dreamed of stars and roots, knowing that the hills held secrets yet unveiled and timeless stories awaiting to be heard. Rest well, and let calmness embrace you tonight.